Hey there, everybody. Welcome to this reading for tomorrow, the 29th. Thank you all for being here. Somebody at the end remind me to turn this stream off because I don't want to see everybody. I don't want people seeing me picking my nose and doing all the other stuff that I do at the end of a stream. So I knew my Streamlabs updated, and I knew the second it updated, I was like, you know what, there's going to be a problem. And so I had to start the stream manually, just so everybody knows. So just so I don't do something stupid at the end, like pick my nose, somebody remind me at the end to turn it off. But anyway, welcome. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Really appreciate it, of course. Also, if you're coming to this reading not live, go down below. All the timestamps are below this video. But welcome. J-Moss, hello. Elizabeth, welcome. Nirvani, hello. April, hello. And JC, hello. Just went, hello. Jax, hello. Alban, hello. Sandy Rose, a big hello. And J-Moss, hello again. I'm just going to say hi to you twice, because why not? And Nirvani, welcome. Catherine, hello. Thank you for being here. Really appreciate it. As always, we're going to get started in a few minutes, but until that time, I'm going to answer some questions. So let me just figure out. I think Nicole was number one, so let's see here. Nicole, hello. Thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. You say here, turns out the guy Luke knew my dad and played in the same football team as some friends of mine. I've heard he was crazy back in the day. Is he still? I would say no. I mean, maybe, but I would say no. But is your mind already made up, Nicole, is what I would say to you. So I feel like you should give him a chance, because why not? It's a date, you know what I mean? But I would say no. I don't listen to anybody who tells me anything about anyone. You know, I get the information directly from the source. So as I always say, I don't allow other people to live my life for me. It's not going to happen. So I would say, no, I don't think so. But I would, give him a chance. Why not? Angie, welcome. First time here. And thank you for being here, Angie. Really appreciate it. Just got my power back. I thought that was going to say just won the Powerball. I was going to say, wow, congratulations. But I guess not. Charlie Bear, hello. Thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Love cards for me and my partner, please. You have the Nine of Cups, a wish fulfillment, Magician. Magician just says keep it positive so that you can have this fulfillment. So I would keep it positive, try to keep it happy and all that other good stuff. So I would just keep it positive. Use your powers of manifestation. I feel like things need to get moving here, but Venus retrograde. So I would also take your time, is what I'd say to you. But that looks good. JC, hello. Thank you for the super chat. Your June cap reading was amazing. Thank you. I don't even remember what I said in that reading. I really appreciate the new format where you pull all the pieces together at the end. I'm just thanking you. Thank you, JC. And I like it too. I wasn't sure how people would feel about it, but it's kind of like easier for my brain as well to do it that way. So I'm happy. I like it. I like doing it that way as well. So love it. Thank you, JC. Charlie, again, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. You say here, stressing about chat with supervisor. Will it go okay? Yeah, I would say yes. And the Two of Cups, really good for love, but I would just say yes, of course, with these two cards. Two cards of happiness and, positivity, so yes, of course. Miranda, hello, and welcome as well. Rose, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. You say, hope you had a great day last night. You said I should move. Got any clue where-ish? I would say nope. Somewhere you've never been before. Again, as I always say, I'm not a mind reader. I don't consider myself to be... I don't think psychic intuitive stuff works that way anyway, like being able to tell like where things are going to happen and all this other stuff, but probably somewhere you've been before or you haven't been before, I would say, with this Lovers card, or it could be somewhere new. The Lovers to me is also an upgrade as well, and again, the other way to think of the Lovers is like it's somewhere where your heart is, so it's like somewhere maybe where you want to go, or somewhere where you will fall in love with the location. So that's what I'd say there. Between two, and you also say collective. For everyone here in the collective, by the way, big thank you to Rose. We have the World and the Queen of Cups. This is pretty nice, actually. I would say this is like a more nurturing, caring energy coming from the World. So I feel like there's just a more nurturing, caring energy coming from the World in general. Probably like more happiness. So I feel like people are feeling more taken care of, more nurtured, and like all that other good stuff. So love it. Between Two Worlds, thank you again for the super chat. You say card for the weekend. You have the Five of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles. It's kind of like a weird conflicting energy is what I would say to you, because it's like Five of Pentacles not having resources, Queen of Pentacles having resources. So maybe you're just coming into resources or finding resources that you desire, like money, or it could just be energy. Maybe you've been tired or something like that. You could be getting energy here is what I'd say. Yeah, the Fool is like getting ready to step off on a new path. So maybe you're finding the strength or the resources to do that. Love it. Donna, thank you for the super chat. You say, love cards for this week, please. You have the Knight of Swords here, the Strength card. I'd be patient. Knight of Swords is like, I feel like it's saying like going through the motions is what I would say to you, Donna. So maybe not very exciting, but that could be like dating or just doing what you're doing, you know. Strength card kind of says patience, so I'd be patient at this time. Yeah, Eight of Swords, still stuck probably because of the quarantine thing, so that's what I'd say there. Donna Spanner, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. You say, I have an opportunity for 2 different jobs. Will I get 1 or 2? 1, 10 of Pentacles. 2, I would say number 1. Look at this, 10 of Pentacles. Really the best card that you could possibly ask for a job. So amazing. Queen of Swords, not a bad card for job number 2 either. I mean, maybe you'll have a choice, but I would say number 1 here with the 10 of Pentacles. So, love it. Ashley Garcia, thank you for the super chat. You say, is my fiance talking to other girls? You say, what are his thoughts about me and why has he been acting differently towards me? I mean, you do have the Five of Cups, which is like regret, sadness, crying over spilt milk, but I would just say no. I mean, it could, Five of Cups really could just be not, not feeling the love or not getting, things changing, feeling like things are different. Page of Pentacles is like a good card, good news is what I would say to you here, so I like that. So I would say no. I mean, no cards of lying, no cards of cheating there is what I'd say to you. You say, what are his thoughts about me and why has he been acting differently? You have the Star here and the Four of Pentacles. The Star, I feel like, is like saying needing some renewal time. Again, it is Venus retrograde, Ashley. I always tell people Venus retrograde, try to take a step back in relationships. I feel like communication is key during Venus retrogrades as well. It drives me nuts when people say communication is key in relationships because I totally disagree. I mean, I think communication is important, but I feel like respect for each other is the key in relationships. It has nothing to do with communication necessarily. But I would say during Venus retrograde, communicating with each other, if you're feeling weird, say, hey, I'm feeling weird. What's going on? The only reason that we're not authentic in relationships, the only reason we don't say something when we're feeling weird in a relationship is because we're afraid we're going to lose it. So I always tell people, if you're afraid you're going to lose it, you're going to lose it. But if you just speak up and you're authentic and you say, hey, I feel like things are weird. Why? And then maybe they'll say something like, I've had a splinter stuck in my foot for the past 2 weeks. I can't get it out. It could be something totally ridiculous. So, I don't know, I feel like there just needs to be some renewal time here. Maybe some together time, something like that, Ashley. So, I would just open up and talk. Yeah, the High Priestess. High Priestess is mysteries, but it says stop wondering. High Priestess says trust your intuition, but also says ask, because it is a card of just wondering, like, what's going on. So, that's what I would say to you there. All right, Heather, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. You say, when will 133 South Reber Road in Oaks, PA sell? You have the Nine of Pentacles here and the Ace of Swords. I would say quickly, again, I can't tell you when. I don't trust any psychic that claims they can tell when something is going to happen. The universe doesn't wear a watch, but I would say that I feel like it will sell soon. Nine of Pentacles, literally having the money. Ace of Swords, a victory. Ace of Swords, by the way, definitely kind of like coming to the end of something that has taken a long time. The Ace of Swords usually has mountains behind the sword, here. So the mountains kind of represent like a long journey or needing to have some sort of success or some sort of victory is what I would say here with this card. Beliefs become reality. Thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. You say, feel unclear. Can I trust a Virgo? You have the Knight of Cups and the Death card here. Knight of Pentacles. I would say yes. I mean, these are not lying cards or anything like that. Death could just represent a transformation. Knight of Cups, really good card for love, by the way. Really good for just anybody, really. And so, good card here. Can represent a little bit of murkiness, but not bad. And the Knight of Pentacles is pretty straightforward. So, I would say yes. I feel like you can trust them for sure, is what I'd say to you. But that's what I'd say there. All right. Ruth, Ruth, since you are new, Ruth, pop your question in down below. I will be happy to answer it. Let me just pull that up, actually. I wonder if it's in there. Ruth, feel free to pop your question in down below. I might actually, Ruth, I might actually have to answer you at the beginning of the super chats at the end, if that's all right. Let's get started. For everyone that's here, we're going to be going in order. We're going to start with Aries, of course. Tonight, I'm going to be using this deck right here. I actually don't remember the name of this deck. It's called Leonardo, and by the way, I just remembered randomly. But it doesn't matter because this is another one of those decks that you can't get anymore, so there you go. People always ask when I use this deck, and I'm like, sorry, you can't get it anymore. So it doesn't really help. But anyway, it's called Leonardo, if you must know. And we're also going to be using the Golden Tarot as well. But let's get started. All right, Aries. Let's see here, Aries, you have the Seven of Clubs here. This card is about slow progress. So, Aries, this could represent you making slow progress towards something, or it could just represent progress, like taking a long time. And you also have the Two of Swords and the Five of Swords here. I would say, this could kind of look like, this could be a lot of energy that wants to get out, is what I feel like saying to you here. I feel like pressure, almost like volcano type energy is popping into my head here, Aries. So maybe these aren't really cards of frustration, but I would say that these are cards I get that volcano feeling, that wanting to jump out of your body type of feeling, where it's maybe you want something to get moving forward, maybe it's going very slowly at this time. Again, just a daily reading, Aries, so this isn't going to last forever. Next, you have the Two of Swords. I do feel like making a decision will get things moving forward in your life a lot faster. I feel like making decisions is more important than what decisions you make, if that makes sense. So really, if there was ever a time to fool it up and just make a choice in anything that you're trying to do in your life, it would be right now. And so I would get started with this Two of Swords. For others, I feel like that this could be your emotions kind of getting in the way. So I would be careful of that with this card. And finally, you have the Five of Swords here. Hermit, yeah. Five of Swords can be a greedy energy, but it can also be kind of a challenging energy as well with the Five of Swords. So I feel like some of you, this is challenging. The Five of Swords does represent needing to kind of not take things so seriously as well. So I'd be careful of taking things too seriously in your life. It can also be one of those things where we can get upset about something, and that's kind of what's popping into my head, Aries. Very weird reading, Aries here. So again, maybe tomorrow's just a weird day for you. Maybe there's just weird stuff going on, because kind of what is popping into my head here with these two cards is one of those things where sometimes we get upset about something, and then later on we find out that it's not that big of a deal, right? So it could be anything. It could be involving people, it could be involving your job, could be involving the world, could be involving anything. But I almost feel like this is kind of saying protect yourself from the energy of people, and or whatever else could potentially upset you, so that you don't get upset, so that you don't get dragged down by something that could be going on around you. I feel like it's something, I don't really feel like it's anything in the world, I would say, Aries. I feel like it's something that directly affects you if you're going through this challenge. So that's what I got for you, Aries. Like I said, it might just be a weird day tomorrow, so just a day. That's all it is, Aries. So thank you, Aries. Really appreciate it. Taurus. Let's see. Taurus, you have the Ten of Spades. Ten of Spades is actually a pretty good card. It's called the Ship, like a boat on the ocean, and it can represent going from one thing to another. So it can just represent travel, it can represent moving, it can represent a job change. It is the card of commerce, so it is the card of making money. It is a card of selling things as well. You've been getting these cards quite a bit, Taurus, so there could be money or success coming in for you in the near future with this card. For others, this could just represent any type of change that you could possibly imagine. You could be changing your diet, you could be changing your exercise routine, you could be changing your spiritual beliefs, pretty much anything with this card. And again, it is a positive card for changes, because it does represent moving forward. So love it. Next, you have the Five of Wands here, Taurus, and yeah, I wanted to clarify it. And you have the Hierophant, which is you. So this could say that you are kind of like conflicted in your life in general. That's kind of like all I'm getting for you here, Taurus. I feel like you're just conflicted with things in general. Maybe you're not sure what you want to do with your life. Maybe you're not sure like what the right answers are for certain things in your life. But I really feel like the only conflict is you right here, Hierophant. So I feel like some of you do need to kind of like get out of your own way with the Hierophant card. And finally, you have the Three of Pentacles. Again, I feel like you're going to have a lot of showing off to do here, Taurus. So I feel like a lot of you could be showing off your talents, gifts, skills, and abilities with the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles to me is kind of like the card of admiring work that you've done as well. So I feel like some of you could be being rewarded for work that you've already done, or people could be recognizing you for work that you've done as well. It's also a card of like quality. So some of you could be getting rewarded for doing quality work or for doing work that is like that will make you more successful in the future. So I definitely like to see that. I'm also getting learning on this card for some reason. Normally, I would say this is a card of teamwork, Taurus, but I do feel like some of you could be learning something that could be making you very successful as well. So, love it, Taurus. That looks awesome. Thank you, Taurus. Gemini. Let's see here. Gemini, you have the Six of Diamonds here. Six of Diamonds is a card called the Clover, and it just represents like a four-leaf clover, so it can represent a lot of luck coming in for you. It is also a card of kind of like growth and planting seeds and new beginnings. I don't normally say that, but you do have the Magician here as well. So I do feel like a lot of you could be focusing on like growth. You could be focusing on planting seeds, getting things to grow in your life. You could be focusing on making progress in your life as well. And this is a very good card for doing that. This is also a really good card, by the way, if you're like trying to get a loan, or if you're hoping for your stimulus check still, or anything like that. This could represent, this could represent just getting money from something along those lines. Next, you have the Nine of Cups. Again, a certain amount of fulfillment here with the Nine of Hearts. I do like get a weird message here, Gemini. I feel like some of you need to be careful of fulfillment. Sometimes Nine of Cups is a really good card, but it can represent getting into a comfort zone. It can represent kind of like a plateau in your life where it's like you are reaching a certain level and it's like you're not pushing yourself to go any further. So I feel like you need to keep pushing yourself with this Nine of Cups. I feel like you need to kind of make things happen in your life with this card here, and I feel like you need to kind of like push yourself further is what I feel like saying with this Nine of Cups. But definitely could be like some sort of wish coming in for you here with this card. So yeah, I do really like that. For some reason, I'm also getting good news as well. I don't really consider the Nine of Cups to be a card of news or communication, but it is popping into my head, so I feel like there could be good news coming in. Next, you have the Magician here, and so I feel like for some of you, this is like needing to take action. I do feel like you finally realize like what the right tool is for a job. So it's like maybe you're finally realizing what you need to do in your life. I also feel like you are more grounded. I feel like saying you are this right here. Normally, the Magician I don't feel like is a you are card. I feel like it is more of a card of you need to be, if that makes sense. But I feel like you are the Magician right now. So I feel like you're like grounding things in reality, and you could be manifesting a lot of things that you desire in your life. So love it, Gemini. That looks really good. Thank you, Gemini. All right, Cancer. Let's see. Cancer, you have the Eight of Hearts coming up first here. This card is called the Moon, but it's not like the moon in the tarot. This is like this card represents the moon, and it kind of represents fantasies and illusions, but it represents needing to make things a reality, needing to ground your dreams here on Earth. So I feel like for some of you, this says that you can have whatever you want. You can manifest whatever dreams and fantasies you have, but I feel like you need to kind of like start working to manifest things in your life with this Eight of Hearts. So I would start trying to manifest things into your life with this card. Next, you show up here, the Chariot. So I feel like there could be a victory coming in for you here, Cancer. But this is also you. You're showing up in a very strong position when you show up as yourself with the Chariot. So I feel like for some of you, it's like you could be just showing up in a very strong position here, position of power and a position of like success with this card. For others, this could be a choice that you have to make as well. So I do feel like for some of you, you could be making a choice, but it could just be for pretty much anything. So I always say, like, pick the new path with this card. But you also have the King of Cups. For some of you, I feel like this could be love coming in. You've had water. You always usually get water in your readings for love, Cancer, but you have really been getting water in your readings quite a bit lately. So I do feel like it could be a water sign coming in for you. I also consider the King of Cups to be you, Cancer. So it's like you're really showing up in a very strong position. The Eight of Hearts here is a wish card. So like I said, I feel like some of you could just be, it's not really a wish card. Let me rephrase that. It's more of a manifestation card, so it does say make a wish, but it's like you need to manifest, you need to ground something in reality here, and so I really feel like your powers of manifestation are off the charts. I would also make a wish with that Eight of Hearts. Eight of Hearts is like a gift from the universe, but it's not like, it's not like just something you get. The eights, represent infinity when we turn them on their side here, and it kind of says that you could be being rewarded for work that you've already done, Cancer. Like, this could be in work, it could be in business, it could also be in your personal life, it could be in a relationship. So I feel like you're getting rewarded for work you've already done. But that's what I got for you, Cancer. So thank you, Cancer. Leo, let's see here. Leo, you have the Eight of Clubs here. Eight of Clubs is a card that can represent confusion. So this came up in your weekly reading, I think. So I feel like some of you could be dealing with confusion in your life and restless energy as well. I'm pretty sure I said something in your weekly reading for next week about restless energy. So I do feel like some of you could be feeling like a restless energy, but I don't really feel like it's a bad thing. I feel like it's just, maybe you're just cooped up. Maybe you're stuck in the house. Who knows? But I feel like some of you probably are just feeling a little restless. The Eight of Clubs is also a card of like taking the road less traveled. So I feel like some of you could be going on some sort of journey. But this card does say, like, take the road less traveled. Do something new. Do something you've never done before. Next, you have the Two of Cups. Amazing card for love. So I feel like for some of you, you have the Seven of Wands here as well. I feel like some of you could be committing in a relationship, or you could be heading towards a commitment with this Seven of Wands. It's one of those things where it's like maybe it's been slow, right? Maybe you're in a new relationship. Maybe you've been hoping to get into a new relationship. And I feel like this could be like a soulmate or somebody finally coming in for you, Leo. So I really like to see that. For those of you not interested in love, I feel like this could just be talking about you matching up perfectly with something. Again, you always get the Two of Hearts. It's funny because I was talking about this the other day, that when I first started reading, Leo, go back to the beginning of my channel and set it back to whatever it is, the oldest first video, and watch your reading. I bet you had a 2 in there, and I think I said something to you even in that reading, because I was talking about this the other day, how when I first started reading on this channel, you always would get these 2s, and I would say to you, like, pick the new path, and like all this other stuff, Leo. So I feel like a lot of you need to do that. But definitely could be something new. And finally, you have the Seven of Wands here. Again, this is a card of beliefs. This has been coming up a lot. It's kind of weird, like in the animal deck. I forgot the animal deck tonight. I totally meant to use the animal spirit deck tonight, and I didn't. But we'll use it tomorrow night. But anyway, this reminds me of the chameleon spirit, which is act as if, and this act as if energy has been coming up a lot. So I feel like if we want something, we just need to act as if we already have it, or we just need to act as if we already are something, and we will have it, whatever it is. So that's that, Leo. That looks really good. So thank you, Leo. Really appreciate it. Virgo. Well, let's see here, Virgo. Virgo, you have the Six of Clubs coming up first here. This is a card called the Cross, and it represents having a cross to bear. So I do feel like some of you have been burdened in the recent past. So I do feel like some of you could have been carrying a heavy weight, or maybe you've been going through a lot of difficulties and challenges over the past few weeks with the Six of Clubs. And, Six of Clubs is actually a card of success, but again, it can represent having gone through a lot of burden. So maybe you've been going through a lot of difficulties, and this could represent things getting better. Next, you have the Eight of Pentacles. Again, this is a card of material success on the horizon, number 1, so it can represent money coming in the future. It's also a card of apprenticeship as well, and I do feel like a lot of you have been learning, as always, probably with friends, or probably doing a lot of learning about your community with this card. So you always get these cards that say, that you could be learning a lot about your community or about the people in your life or the people in your community and all this other stuff. I feel like that there's just like a lot of benefits for you there, Virgo. I feel like there's a lot of success for you there as well in like learning how to deal with people, learning how to interact with the people in your community. This could literally be like your town that you live in. It could just be a group that you belong to. It could be your friends. It could be your family. It could be anything. So when I say the word community, it could be anything. But I feel like a lot of you are kind of like learning. For others, I feel I'm really focused. There's like this tower back here. It's going to be really hard to see, but there's this tower back here. I almost feel like you're working towards something, so I'd keep pushing. I feel like there will be a celebration, Virgo. So I feel like a lot of you are going to have a celebration. I feel like you're going to be successful in reaching some sort of goal that you have. For a lot of you, I feel like this is like a long-term goal that you've had for quite a long time. So I feel like you could be reaching a goal that you've just had for a very long period of time here, Virgo. So I love it. I feel like that's very simple. There you go. All right, Libra. Let's see here, Libra. Libra, you have the Six of Spades here. So Six of Spades to me is a card of incremental improvements. So I feel like a lot of you could be making improvements with this card. I feel like a lot of you could just be, kind of noticing these incremental improvements as well. This is the Tower in the Lenormand card reading system, and it's not like the Tower in the tarot. It's like more of a card of kind of like discipline. It can also represent kind of like authority or dealing with authority figures as well. It can also represent like solitude, so it can represent being alone. So I feel like a lot of you could be feeling that like isolation. It is a card of isolation as well in the Lenormand card reading system, the Six of Spades. So I feel like you could have been feeling like very isolated on a very deep level. But the good news is that you have the Lovers, and you also have the World card here as well. For some of you, I'm getting a weird message as well. By the way, this card can represent the ego. I'm trying to keep this PG rated for the new stupid YouTube, but this would represent the male anatomy. Let's put it that way. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, then ask your mom when you get older. But this card, it's a tower. So if you can put male anatomy and tower together, you get right the magical word. So everybody knows what I'm talking about. So it represents the ego. So I feel like for some of you, I never say that with this card, but I feel like some of you could have been dealing with someone who had a huge ego, but I'm not talking about a huge, what. I'm more talking about, like, literally, I feel like you were dealing with someone whose ego was out of control. And so I feel like for some of you, you could be moving away from someone who had a big ego, someone who was a negative influence or something like that, or someone who was just like, I'm almost getting devil energy here. So I feel like that's what's going on here for you, Libra. For others, I feel like this is new love coming in. The world to me would be like being able to open up to the world, being able to get out into the world with the world. So I feel like some of you could be dating, and I feel like that could obviously be bringing love into your life. For others, this could be you just moving on to something new is what I'd say here. And finally, you have the World. So like I said, I feel like some of you could be dating with this card. I feel like for others that you could be wrapping things up. The World card is a card of completion. So I feel like for some of you, it's like you could just be wrapping cycles up. You could be experiencing endings. I also feel like you could be like setting new goals. I say the World is like a card of stepping through a portal. To me, it is a card of birth. So I feel like for some of you, it's like you could be going through a birthing process. But, I always say the World is like a card of being stuck in the squeeze. It's like you haven't been birthed yet. It's like you are going through the process. So it's like you are about to be born into a new world. But it's like usually that process is uncomfortable. So I feel like some of you could be experiencing some like weird energy. I feel like a lot of people are going through this right now. I mean, I feel like that's the whole point on a collective level of the whole coronavirus thing is like birth. I feel like everybody's going through a birthing process. So that's that. So thank you, Libra. Scorpio. let's see what is going on for you. Scorpio, I love this. Scorpio, you have the Three of Hearts. Three of Hearts, I don't attach a meaning to in the playing card reading system. The Three of Hearts to me is just called an indicator card. To me, it just indicates the direction of the reading. So it just says things are going in a positive direction. So again, it's just an indicator card, if that makes sense. You also have the Jack of Spades as well. This card is called the Child in the Lenormand card reading system. And it just represents like kind of like being curious, kind of like the Page of Swords in a lot of ways. You can read tarot and playing cards the same way. This would be the Page of Swords if you were to do that. So they are like a very similar, they are kind of like a very similar energy, you could say. So I feel like a lot of you could be going through a learning process here. To me, this card does ask you to be curious, to learn as much as you possibly can. So I do like that. It's also a card of like new beginnings as well. So, and it can represent inexperience. It can represent not having experience in some area of your life. Could be anything. Could be love. Could be business. Could be whatever. But it's not a bad thing. It says like learn from the inexperience. Literally, this card came up the other night, and I was kind of talking about how this card says, you know, that you should be making mistakes. That mistakes are a good thing. They're not a bad thing. And even in that reading the other night, I was talking about how children they don't really think about consequences, right? Which I think, you know, maybe as adults we look at it as a bad thing, but really is it? Probably not, because they're learning their boundaries and all this other stuff. That's what children do. So I feel like we could all benefit from being a little bit more childlike and kind of like testing our boundaries or learning new things or being curious. And it's like, yeah, we might get burned every once in a while, but at the same time, at least we're learning, at least we're moving forward. And, you know, I'm not talking about taking ridiculous risks here. We're talking about doing things that are safe and all that other stuff. There's your disclaimer. Next, you have the Queen of Cups. This is you here, Scorpio. I read the Queen of Cups as you, Scorpio. So I feel like you could be just in a very powerful position here. It's a card of like a very kind, caring, nurturing energy as well, which is weird. You have the Five of Pentacles. I'm actually going to clarify this for you, Scorpio. But I do feel like some of you could just be feeling very nurtured at this time. Next, you have the Five of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. This came up at the beginning of the reading, which is weird. So I feel like for some of you, it's like maybe you've been feeling left out in the cold. Maybe you've been feeling like you don't have the resources to do something. Maybe you've been hoping for the financial resources in your life. And I feel like this could be financial resources coming in. I mean, I feel like because of the whole virus thing, I mean, I feel like it's been very uncertain. So I feel like just in general, people have been feeling very uncertain. You know, just because. So, but I feel like this could be more resources, more certainty coming into your life. But love it. Thank you, Scorpio. All right, Sag. Let's see here, Sagittarius. Sagittarius, you have the Jack of Clubs here. This card is called the Whip, and it kind of represents like whipping yourself in the back. So, number one, this card says don't beat yourself up over things that you've done in the past or whatever. It can represent other people kind of, you know, causing conflict in your life or beating you up for something, not physically, but more like verbally. This is like a card of debating. It's like a card of arguments as well, and it's just like a card of like opposition in general. So I feel like for some of you, you could have been experiencing opposition in your life with this card. The good news is I would say that it's coming to an end. You have the Ace of Spades. Ace of Spades is existing problems being resolved. The Ace of Spades is called the Lady, and it just kind of represents existing problems being resolved in your life. It can represent like a female family member and like all this other stuff as well. So if you've been having difficulties with someone in your life, you know, could represent just having difficulties with someone in your life, and it could be them being an obstacle for you. You do have the Fool though. So I feel like for some of you, I literally feel like you're taking a leap of faith away from people who are like this in your life. I also feel like saying you're outsmarting someone in your life as well, Sagittarius. So I'd say if you're dealing with someone difficult or challenging, I feel like in a lot of ways you are kind of like outsmarting them. I also feel that for some of you, this could just be getting started on a new journey. And so I feel like some of you are just starting a new journey here. I actually feel like you're going to start noticing changes happen very, very quickly with this Knight of Swords. So I feel like things are going to be happening for you on a very, very fast in your life, and I feel like you're going to love it. So I love this for you, Sagittarius. I feel like there's a lot of progress and success coming in for you. Yeah, I feel like you're going to have to be patient, of course, but I do feel like things are happening. So I love this a lot. That looks great. So thank you, Sag. All right. Capricorn, let's see here, Capricorn. Capricorn, you have the Six of Hearts here. Capricorn is a turnaround in your life. So the Six of Hearts to me represents like existing problems being resolved from your life. This card to me is called the Star, and it can represent like a wish, and it can also represent hope, but really it's just a card of like progress towards your goals. So I feel like for a lot of you, you're just seeing great progress with this card, probably after being stuck for a long time. Your reading's pretty simple, Capricorn. I feel like you're just getting good news here. So I feel like you're just getting good news in your life, and that's pretty much it. I feel like it gives you a lot of hope. I feel like it's also very like this card represents like inspiration, like optimism, being optimistic, like all those things as well. So I think there's a lot of hope coming in for you. Next, you have the Eight of Swords here, Capricorn. Seven of Cups. I feel like you just need to pick one thing. Eight of Swords is allowing yourself to be confused, basically. Eight of Swords is self-imposed restriction. You know, it's like a self-imposed prison. So I feel like some of you need to set yourself free, but I feel like it's just as simple as like setting yourself free, making a choice here. The Seven of Cups is like saying pick one thing in your life that you want and focus on it, make it happen. And I really feel like that's what you have to do here, Capricorn. But you also have the Page of Cups here, so like I said, I feel like there's like good news coming in for you. I feel like success as well with this card. Could be love for some of you. You know, this could be like a love offer. It could be an admirer as well. But really, I just feel like good news. So that's what I got for you, Capricorn. Is just good news. Love it. Thank you, Capricorn. All right, Aquarius. Let's see here, Aquarius. Aquarius, you have the Three of Diamonds. The Three of Diamonds is a card that is very specific in the playing card reading system. It is a card of problems with your legal paperwork. So if you are dealing with anything legal, be very careful with your paperwork. You also have the Queen of Swords as well, which would say find an expert. The Queen and the King of Swords to me, with the Three of Diamonds here, would say find an expert for something that you could be dealing, like some sort of paperwork or something like that that you're dealing with. So again, this could be like if it's illegal, find a lawyer. If it's has to do with your taxes, find an accountant. If it has to do with something else, find someone else, right? If it has to do with your health, find a doctor. So I feel like for some of you, you just need an expert in your life here with these cards. For others, this can just represent feeling off balance financially, but you have the Ten of Pentacles, so I feel like for a lot of you, there could be success. Look at this, the Sun, best card in the deck here, Aquarius. So I feel like there is happiness and success coming in for you. I feel like a lot of you are kind of like finding money or finding success with the Ten of Pentacles. I feel like for others that this could just be just straight up abundance coming into your life as well. So I feel like for some of you, you could be becoming more abundant, obviously, with these cards, or you could be like finding more abundance with these cards as well. So I really like that. For others, I feel like this is kind of like attention. The Sun to me always like tries to get your attention to something. It's like saying pay attention to this. So it's like I feel like you could be your attention could be drawn to something long term. The Ten of Pentacles can represent like a legacy, right? You know, it's a card of like an inheritance. It's a card of culmination as well. It's a card of like finishing something up, like a project. But this is something more permanent. It's not something short term. So I feel like some of you could be moving towards something financially that's going to last for a very long period of time. Could be like a job, could be a business, could be a project that pays you for a very long time. So whatever you're doing, I feel like it's going to be really good for you here, Aquarius. And finally, you show up here, Queen of Swords. So again, everybody's showing up as themselves tonight, which is interesting. So this could put you in a position of power and strength here, Aquarius. This could also say if you want love in your life, for example, to open up a little bit more. So I would open up with that card there, Aquarius. But that's what I got for you, Aquarius. Pisces, let's see what we have for you, Pisces people. And Pisces. Pisces, you have the Nine of Spades here. The Nine of Spades is called the Anchor, and this card just represents needing to pull up anchor, needing to kind of move on from something that could be holding you back. So I feel like for some of you, this is about needing to kind of like pull up anchor in your life. So I feel like some of you need to do that. It is like a card of security, actually, and it is actually a pretty good card. It can represent like stability, security, and like all these other things. So I do, and it can represent laying a foundation as well. So it can represent needing to anchor something. So I feel like some of you could be almost building a foundation here in your life. Yep, love it. This is my favorite favorite card in the deck here, Pisces. This is called the Ring. To me, the Ring is the best card in the Lenormand card reading system. You know, this card can represent marriage. It can represent an engagement as well, but it's also a card of like commitment to just something in general. It's a card of cooperation. It's a card of partnerships as well. So if you're like in a business partnership, anything like that, now there could be a lot of success. It can also represent like cycles in your life. I feel like you're coming up on an up cycle here, Pisces, not a down cycle, if that makes sense. So I love that. Next, you have the Temperance card. So I feel like you just have to be patient. To me, this says you are perfectly in control of your own reality as well, Pisces. The Temperance card to me is a card of alchemy. It's like a card that says you could turn things around on a dime, right? So this card is about like mixing two things together. It's about turning like water into wine. So I feel like for some of you, you need to use your powers of manifestation here to make something happen with the Temperance card. To me, the Temperance card is kind of like a card of being a jack of all trades as well. To me, it says that you, Pisces, could be very like multi-talented in a lot of ways. So I feel like some of you need to use your talents, gifts, skills, and abilities to become more successful. So I would definitely do that here, Pisces, if I were you. I also feel like your emotions are going to be very important here for you, because I feel like for some of you, it's almost like you're searching for your meaning here, Pisces, maybe in life in general. Like maybe you're trying to find your place, or maybe you're looking for meaning in your life. And yeah, I feel like you'll find it though, Pisces. That's the good news. And finally, you have the Five of Cups. I clarified it with the Star. I feel like some of you could be like worried about whether or not you're going to have like star type fulfillment. So I feel like some of you are kind of hoping, you know, are kind of like worried more or less with that Five of Cups. I don't feel like this Five of Cups is real, is what I feel like saying to you, Pisces. I almost feel like it's just your thoughts. You know, it's like you're afraid that you're not going to find true fulfillment in your life, but I feel like you are, Pisces. The Star can also represent like needing to take a break, needing to step back, needing to take some time for yourself. So I feel like some of you need to do that as well here. But that's what I got for you, Pisces. So thank you, Pisces. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Really appreciate it. We're going to do a pick a card now. So let me just get a new deck going here. And we are going to do a pick a card. So let's see. We're going to do cards 1, 2, and 3, of course. So 1, 2, and 3 here, people. And this is already a shuffled deck as well, but I will shuffle it a couple of times, because why not? But alright, there we go. 1, 2, and 3. Alright, if you pick card number 1, you have the Star and the Queen of Swords. I feel like some of you could be shining your inner light, or you need to shine your inner light here. The Queen of Swords could represent being standoffish, not opening up. So I feel like for some of you, it's like you have something that you need to show off to the world. This could be to get love. It could be for business or work. It could be for anything. But I feel like for you, card number 1, people, you need to open up here with this card. Next, with card number 2, you have the Seven of Wands and the King of Wands. I feel like the second you get your head out of the clouds and you commit to something, you will be successful. This to me is the energy of 2020. Really, when you think about it. I feel like it's such a confusing year, such a weird year already. I mean, what a waste of a year, right? I hate to be a Debbie Downer here, but man, I will tell you what, it's like this whole thing, well, I wouldn't call it a waste, but I mean, you know, not great, right? And, you know, actually, I don't think it's a waste, because I think that this alone time, this time away from people is probably very useful, but at the same time kind of sucks, right? So I feel like this is like needing to gain clarity. I would say that's probably like one of the good parts of this whole situation, is that maybe we've gained some clarity. So I feel like card number 2, people, you've gained some clarity about what you want to do with your life. I feel like you're finding success because of it. And finally, if you pick card number 3, you have the Hangman and the Death card. I feel like some of you need to let something die in your life here. I feel like just delaying it is just going to make things in your life go slower. This could represent like holding on to a relationship that you know isn't good for you, and so holding on to it could make things go slower in your life. For others, this could be you know, holding on to a job idea or business or something that you think you want to do. You know, you could be holding on to it, but really it could be slowing down your life. So I feel like for some of you, you need to like let go of something so that things can kind of get faster. You know, both of these cards kind of represent release in a lot of ways. So for some of you, I feel like you need to like sacrifice something, let it go so you can have something great. And that's been coming up for Pisces a lot. So if you're a Pisces and you pick that card, that makes sense. Yeah, card number 3, I feel like there's going to be quick success once you let go of something. So love it. So thank you everybody again for being here. Really appreciate it. I am going to take questions now. Of course, super chats will get preference, but I will try to answer as many people as I possibly can. Ruth, if you are here, definitely let me know. I will be happy to answer your question. Lynn, thank you for your donation. I really appreciate it. Lynn, if you have a question, if you're here, let me know. I will be happy to answer it, of course. And Grace, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Grace, you say here, I want to start a few online businesses. I have so many ideas. Which one will be successful? You say online fitness or online meditation or both. I do both now in person with clients. Need to make sure I make some money doing these, of course. Grace, you should definitely show up to. I'm doing a live on my other channel where we talk all about this sort of stuff right here, by the way, Grace, and that will be on Sunday. So hopefully, if you're here, Grace, one of the mods will post a link to that. I'm actually going to post a link to that on this video once I get the timestamps done tonight as well. But that will be on Sunday, and on that other channel, we talk all about this sort of stuff. But I feel like you need, like, where is your expertise is what I would say to you. You have the King of Swords. King of Swords is a card of an expert or an authority. It says you are an authority on one of those things. So I would say that's what you should do. Yeah, you have the Knight of Pentacles. I do feel like, trust me, I'm a Pisces, right? I have about 900 things going on in my life, Grace, that I work on. So I totally understand wanting to work on multiple things at once. But I really feel like this year, it's really important that we work on like one, or and make it perfect, and then we can do the other thing. So Grace, I would focus on like one of these things, and again, I feel like it's up to you. The Knight of Swords says pick the thing that you're smarter at, is what I would say to you. So that's what I would do with this card here. That does not mean you can't do the other thing, by the way. So that's what I'd say there. But yeah, I would like pick one thing and make it, and really focus on it, really make it happen, is what I would say to you. Ruth, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. You say, looking to find passion to help me move forward in career. Passion, right here, Ruth. You have the Page of Wands. Page of Wands literally says, follow your desires. It says you probably desire to do something in your life with the Page of Wands, and this card says do it, no matter how ridiculous it seems. So, again, I can't tell you what your passion is. Yeah, I feel like it's somewhere where there could be fears. Every once in a while, like I always say here on this channel, I always say, like, I'm a big fan of Esther Hicks, and she always says, move away from resistance, move away from things that you resist. But I don't think that's always true, Ruth, that I don't think we should always move away from resistance. I feel like sometimes resistance is actually kind of like just maybe excitement. So I feel like sometimes we need to change the word. So that's what I would say here, is like anything that you're resisting is probably what you need to move towards, Ruth. Yeah, you have the Ace of Pentacles as well. Ace of Pentacles is a lot of success. And Ruth, and Ruth, definitely show up on Sunday to the thing, because we talk all about this as well. But I feel like there could be something. I feel like really that the Ace of Pentacles is kind of like an offer from God. It's like an offer from the universe as well. So I feel like you need to trust your inner voice. Yeah, Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is like a card of your intuition. So I feel like you need to trust your intuition as well. This is what I'd say to you, Ruth. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles. Like, Nine of Pentacles is a card that says, what can you do where it gives you more energy than you give to it? What can you do that's like much more fulfilling than anything else? So that's what I'd say there, Ruth. But I hope that makes sense. Ruth, Stacy the mod just posted a link to the thing on Sunday. So that's that. All right. Let's see here. Chanel, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Is this the job, or should I take one of the others? I do feel like it is the job. Eight of Pentacles, really good card. So I would say yes. I would definitely go for this job, is what I'd say to you. David, thank you for the super chat. I would say definitely yes. I feel like there's definitely a job for you, David. We're on your job question. Sorry, David, I didn't read it. But you say new job in the future. I would say yes. Magician says use your talents, give skills, and abilities to get one. JC, congratulations, by the way. Six of Pentacles. I would keep planting seeds to get this job, JC. Look at that. Six of Cups. Love it. JC, you know how I feel about 2 6s. So I would definitely keep putting in the work to get this, like I said yesterday. That looks really good. Sarah, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. You say, will I overcome addictions, family issues? Sarah, I'm not a medical professional or anything like that, so do not take this as expert advice. I always recommend people who have issues and things like that, like this, to get professional help. Don't listen to me. I'm just some guy on the internet, as I always say. But you have the Seven of Pentacles here. I would say yes. Seven of Pentacles is like a card of like slow improvements, but is a card of improvements, and is a card of a change in direction as well. So I would say yes. I do feel like there will be improvements for you. Probably taking some time, but definitely. Yeah, you have the Eight of Cups, literally walking away from addiction. So I would say yes. Jan Drake, thank you for the super chat. Was he the real singer I talked to just now? Temperance, the Emperor. I would say yes with these cards. So yes, for sure. David, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. You say, how will I transform in comparison to beginning of 2020 to the end of the year? Page of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, however you want with the Four of Cups. Four of Cups is like spoiled for choice, right? It's like manifesting options, David. The Page of Pentacles to me is like being a perpetual student, really. So I like the Page of Pentacles for that reason, because it's like you're always learning. You're always going to be learning and growing with the Page of Pentacles. But the Four of Cups says you can be whatever you want. So I would just manifest it. Kelly, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Can I have some cards, please? Yes. Kelly Parks, you have the Knight of Cups here, the Justice card. It could be love if you're looking for love. Could also be you kind of like working towards manifesting some sort of dream in your life, Kelly, because the Knight of Cups, I always say, like, he is looking into this cup. He is trying to manifest a dream, or he's trying to get something that he wants in his life. The Justice card is like cause and effect. It's like if you put energy into something, what you get back. So that's what I would say here with that Justice card. But I like it. Quentin, hello. Thank you for the super chat. Cards in general. You have these Six of Swords here and the Five of Pentacles. Like, this is like moving on to calmer shores here with the Six of Swords. Five of Pentacles, still feeling like you're missing something in your life is what I'm getting here. Yeah, Page of Swords, still seeking, still looking for fulfillment maybe with this card. Knight of Swords, I would just take your time, Quentin. I feel like there's, no rush. And I know, like, we all, trust me, I'm like I should not be allowed to give that advice, the no rush advice. I try to rush everything that I possibly can in my life. That's just how I roll. I don't want to wait, right? So that's what I'd say there. Yeah, isn't that like a Wilson Phillips song? I don't want to wait. That song. That's what's playing in my head with Quinn. I feel like there's gonna be a turnaround, but maybe not as quick. Not as quick as you would like. Is what I'd say to you. 3, Leanne, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Well, Taurus, come in with communication. Page of Cups. I would actually say yes to you, Leanne. So, yes, with these cards. No doubt about it. So, yes. J Moss, thank you as always for the sticker. Really appreciate it. JC, thank you for the super chat. 2 6s, eat my grits. Maybe. I don't know if I like grits, but maybe. But thank you. And Lola Bell, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. I just noticed something amazing. Let me try that again. Wow. All right. Nobody has any clue what I'm talking about. Lola Bell, card for the month of June. You have the Knight of Wands. Love it. Knight of Wands is a card of moving towards your desires. I like the Knight of Wands because to me it's like a very heart-focused card. Nine of Cups, moving towards fulfillment. So I feel like it could be a very fulfilling life a month for you. And the Knight of Wands also says, like, put your energy into something. Knight of Wands can be a little bit restless, I feel, as far as like work is concerned or life is concerned. So it just says, like, make sure to have something to channel your energy into, like a new project or a business or a book or a puzzle. I don't care what it is, but something. Nine of Cups, though, wishes, fulfillment, good thing. So love it. That looks amazing. Lynette, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Why am I stuck on this one? Chariot. It's like you're hoping for victory in this situation. You say, should I? Yes or no? I mean, if this is love, I would say I feel like there is attraction there with the Queen of Wands. This would be a yes, though. So, I mean, I would say yes to you, Lynette, if that answers your question. Ansel Wesley Ezra, hello. AWE, love it. Thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Love card. Oh, no, that's not you. You say, a big decision happening this month. Can I expect the outcome I'm wanting? You have the Tower here, 3 of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. I would say yes, even with the Tower. The Tower, I would say if there was a Tower moment in this situation in the past, the Tower could just be talking about the past in the situation. It can just say that maybe something fell apart, maybe something had to be rebuilt. 3 Cups, celebration, happiness, really good card. Ace of Wands is a passionate new beginning. Definitely a new beginning. 4 Wands. 4 Wands is like coming to the end of a very long journey. Look at this. 2 Wands as well. So this is like you took control of a situation. 4 Wands is reaching a finish line. So I would say if this is AWE, if this is some sort of finish line for you, if this is like the end, or if this is going to lead to more freedom in your life, I would say definitely yes with these cards for sure. So yes. Honey York, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. You say love card and career card I'm working on. For love, you have the High Priestess, needing to trust your intuition with the High Priestess. So in love is what I'd say here. Ace of Cups, definitely a love offer. So it could be love coming in for you. And you also say, where did it go, Honey York? Card for a new career I'm working on. 2 of Pentacles. I actually like the 2 of Pentacles. I know some readers don't like the 2 of Pentacles, but to me, it's just a card of hard work and like working hard towards your goals or working hard towards something that you're trying to achieve or manifest in your life. To me, it's a successful card. It's just a card of hard work. Yeah, 9 of Wands, I don't give up on this. So, yeah, I feel like you'll be very successful is what I'd say to you there, Honey York. Love it. Loretta, hello. Thank you for the super chat. What does Cancer think of me? 4 of Swords, 8 of Wands. I feel like this is like socializing at the very least, Loretta. Yeah, lovers, look at this. 8 of Wands to me can be a card of dating. 4 of Swords obviously could just be the whole coronavirus thing. Loretta, it's like we can't go out, we can't do the things we want, blah, 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 right? 8 of Wands is quick success. It's like moving towards success as well. And it's also a card of communication and socializing. Lovers definitely could be love, or, and it can be kind of like being together in some way. So, yeah, that looks pretty good, Loretta. I like that a lot. So, amazing. Yeah, 10 of Pentacles, fulfillment, Loretta. So, I feel like this could lead to something for sure. I would definitely socialize with this person when you can, with that 8 of Wands, is what I'd say to you. All right. I think I'm all caught up here, people. Let me just check this right here. All right. Yes, so I am all caught up. If I have not answered your question and you're new, leave your question down below. So if I haven't answered your question yet, I will take a few questions before I take off tonight. But so please feel free to do that down below. And like I said, if you are new, I want new people to go first. Maria, I feel like you're new anyway. Is my daughter going to be engaged this summer? 7 of Cups. I would say, yeah, it's possible. I feel like saying no. I feel like saying like in the future, but maybe not this summer. So maybe not right away, but in the future, in the near future. It's not a good year to get engaged anyway. Or, well, really, like towards the end of the summer is much better. But right now is not so good. So I'd say, the waiting is not a problem, really. Let's see. Satish, I feel like you're new. What is my near future? I feel like you're going to be increasing your resources. So it could be making more money, but, this could represent any type of resource. Could be like friends, family, people in your life, pretty much anything is what I'd say there. Satish, that would be very good for getting a new job. Isabel, you say, let's see. I feel like this is a permanent situation. I feel like could be like love. Gandalf, I feel like you need to get out into the world here, is what I would say to you there. So that's that. Let me get a new deck going here. And actually, let's use this here. If I can get this card here. Sandy Rose, thank you for the super chat. And you say hi to me, then you'll be all caught up. Hello, Sandy Rose. Thank you again for being here. Really appreciate it. Ruth, you say here, new type of job to head towards. Ruth, again, I don't consider myself like I always say I'm not a mind reader, so I can't tell you exactly what to do. The King of Pentacles is probably maybe something you've done before in the past. I swear you had this card as well, or maybe it was someone else, but sorry about the sirens. But Ruth, the King of Swords is about like knowledge and wisdom, and it says you probably have a lot of wisdom to share in some area of your life. So it's like, where do you have wisdom is what I would say with that King of Swords, for sure. And how weird is this? You have the Seven of Swords. Internal fears don't exist. I feel like there's something maybe that you want to do that you could be afraid to do. You have the Moon. I said that on your super chat as well. So that's what I would look into. Kim, hello. Does the Virgo want me? And is he done with his ex? I would say no. I don't like this at all. I mean, I feel like he wants to come back, but the devil, it's like toxic energy. You know what I'm saying? So I'd be careful of that situation. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he does want you. So, I mean, if that helps. Gmail servers, that's one hell of a name. You say, should I take the apartment offered to me? I would say, no, I'm not crazy about this. Three of Swords, I'm not a big fan of that. Pisces living her best life. Thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. Cards for Leo. Our daughter will be born in August. Congratulations. We're not together. Hoping he's mature enough to co-parent. I would say yes. Nine of Cups. Wish fulfillment. Getting something you want here. Chariot. Victory. These are very good cards. Seven of Cups. I wouldn't even worry about it. Let go of the fears here. But yeah, I would say yes. Star. These are all very good cards. So I would say yes. You know what I mean? Obviously, these are very, very, very good cards. So I'd say yes. I feel like he will be in her life for sure. Finesse C, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate it. You have the King of Wands here and the Eight of Pentacles. This is like working really hard on something. King of Wands to me is like raising something like a baby. To me, the King of Wands is like really putting in your work into something. Because again, it's like treating something like a child. So this could be starting a business, working on something, whatever. Eight of Pentacles is again learning through a process. So I feel like there will be a lot of success for you here with the Eight of Pentacles. So love it. Looks really good. Jonathan, you say thoughts for Scorpio. I feel like, well, I'll pull a card for you, Jonathan. I already read for Scorpio. I'll have timestamps up in like 20 minutes or so, Jonathan, just so you know. But you have the Two of Pentacles here, Jonathan. Being busy, needing to be busy. To me, this is also a card that says pick the new path. So if you're trying to make a decision on something, pick something new. It's funny because I always say to Scorpio, I feel like Scorpio, it's like, all water signs keep getting this message of like needing to leave something behind, needing to start something new. And Jonathan, but you know what the difference is for Scorpio is that Scorpio keeps getting that they need to upgrade something. So it's like you're not sacrificing something in your life, you're just making it better or improving upon something. So it's more like this improvement message is what I'd say to you. Karen, you have the Two of Swords here, Four of Swords. I would say yes. I mean, I feel like, to me, whenever we make a choice, we made the right choice, no matter what. I feel like that's the secret of life, is really we can't make the wrong choice. Even if it seems like the wrong choice, it's probably leading to something else, no matter what we choose. So that's what I'd say to you. But Four of Swords kind of just says, like, see where things go, is what I'd say there. Yeah, I feel like you made the right choice. So that's what I'd say to you. Lillian, will you pull a card for me? You have the Ten of Swords. I feel like it's time to move on from something. Yeah, Ten of Wands. I feel like it's time to release some sort of burden in your life is what I would say to you. So I'd let it go. That's what I'd say there. Jonathan, you are welcome. Thank you for being here. But, all right, I'm going to cut this off here, actually. So I have to, because I have to go socially distance with some people. But thank you, everybody, for being here. Really appreciate it. I will be back tomorrow night at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, as always. So thank you, everyone, and definitely have a good night.